live stream. And my goal is to come and spend a few minutes during my lunch hour and teach you a principle that I found has been successful for me and my consulting clients. And today we're going to talk about how to identify our ideal customers. This is a really important step in the passion marketing process. And in the last live stream, we talked about why passion marketing is so important. And we know we need to identify these passion statements and then leverage. But before we can even find the passion statements, we have to identify our ideal customers. And let me explain to you a little bit more about what I mean by that. So I had consulted for many years, and over the years, some clients worked really well with me. They connected with me. They resonated with me, and I was able to take really good care of them and make them happy. And it's that we just didn't connect as well, and my style didn't fit them very well, and I wasn't able to make them as happy, and they left and stopped working with me, and it was not as great of an experience. And so there was a point in time where I sat down and I said, okay, I want to find more of these kinds of clients, these ideal clients. And if I could just clone these people, I could make them very successful. And I love working with these kinds of people. These are my ideal customers. And I started analyzing what made those ideal customers ideal. What were the commonalities between those clients that I enjoyed working with them, they enjoyed working with me, and I was able to help them be very successful. And I found some unique things about those clients. I found that they were all what I call CEO entrepreneurs. They weren't entrepreneurs that were just starting their first side hustle, but they were entrepreneurs who were CEOs of a company already that already had some success, and they wanted to take it to the next level. Or they had already been the CEO of a company they'd had success with and sold, and they were working on starting their next business. I found that these ideal customers of mine all tended to be people who prioritized entrepreneurship, faith, family, and they were all passionate about those kinds of topics. And I found a lot of other things about them. I found people that they weren't. I found that people who were the stars of their high school sports teams tended to not resonate as well with me. And a lot of that came down to those things that were commonalities with the clients that resonated with me. A lot of it was because that's who I am. Faith and family and innovation and entrepreneurship are passions of mine. So people who share that same passion tended to resonate with me. And I was able to work better with them. And I loved sports, and I did football and ran, track and did soccer and things in high school, but I was never great at it. And I wasn't one of the star athletes, and probably never fit into that crowd really well. And so when those kinds of people come to me as consulting clients, they don't seem to connect with me as much. I don't fit into their world as much. And so it was a really interesting realization for me to realize I had an ideal customer. And I ended up, after doing that analysis, I created an ideal customer persona, and I gave him a name, and his name was Brad, and I put a picture with it, and he was actually one of my clients. And I really enjoyed working with Brad, and I loved how Brad thought. I get Brad, and I think Brad gets me. And let me read you what I wrote about Brad. It'll give you an idea of what I found in my ideal customer persona. So I call it a digital monetizer persona. Our dream digital monetizer's name is Brad. Brad is an entrepreneur who already has valuable assets such as knowledge, experience, reach, a team, products, capital, and or credibility, and is striving to more effectively leverage those assets to make a lot more money. This is not his first rodeo. He's already had business success with a business that wasn't on the cutting edge of digital strategy, and he's wanting to transform his business ventures with the latest successful digital strategies so he can make more money. He has a budget of, and I have a dollar amount per month that he can invest in new ventures or growth projects within his existing venture. Brad is ambitious. He's a doer and a problem solver. He's focused on the long game and is willing to sacrifice in the short term to achieve those long-term objectives. He loves to see analysis of the data and make data-driven decisions. He's not a high-level digital marketing expert. He likely had a side hustle or a job while in school. His time and freedom are two of the most valuable assets to him, and they're scarce resources. He is not a stranger or afraid of technology and marketing and seeking help to make more effective use of his time. He values people who are really good and successful at getting things done for him. He likes audiobooks and podcasts because he has time to squeeze them in and multitask by listening to them while driving, exercising, and during other downtime. He has a lot of responsibilities and pressures on him and has to work more hours than he would like. He's working to figure a way to work fewer hours and have more time for the things that matter most to him. He's a man of faith and a family man. He runs his business ethically and treats his business colleagues with kindness. Brad is focused on monetization because it will allow him to have the time and money to take care of the things he values most, such as his family and faith, his health, and being God's hands to make a huge difference for good in the world. So that's my customer persona. And when I go to make decisions, when I try to determine what should my social media strategy be, I try to craft something that works for Brad. When I products to launch, I try to craft something that works for Brad. I can't be all things to all people, but I've realized that I resonate with Brads that are out there, and I want to attract more Brads to me. And this affects my decisions. For example, if you notice on Sundays, I do a show called Entrepreneurs of Faith. And I talk about faith and how faith can help entrepreneurs in their journey. And I did that greatly because of my customer persona. I realized that my customer persona values faith as a part of their journey. Those people tend to resonate with me. That's who I am. And so I've created that episode, and it's not going to appeal to everybody. Not everybody sees faith as an important part of their entrepreneurial journey, and those people probably aren't going to resonate with me. But by doing a show about that every Sunday, or publishing it every Sunday, I tend to attract those people who value faith as part of their journey. I am trying purposely to attract the people that I know are going to more resonate with me and are going to be my ideal customers. So don't try to be all things to everyone. Don't try to sell to everyone. Don't try to sell to the masses. It doesn't work. Find who likes you the most. Find who refers you the most. Find who spends the most money with you. Find who gives you 5-star reviews. Find who participates most in your Facebook group. Find those people that are your ideal customers. And then create a persona like I did and put it up on your wall. And as you make decisions, try to make the decisions that are going to most resonate with and attract that ideal customer. So when I was doing my MBA program, my favorite professor was Michael Swenson. And I remember him teaching a concept about the love group and the hate group. And he basically said there's 3 groups of customers. There's a love group that absolutely loves you. There is a swing group in the middle, and then there's a hate group that hates you. And there's just nothing you can do. You're not going to be able to make the hate group happy. And the hate group is very expensive and take a lot of customer service time. And even after you do your best, they're still not going to be happy with you. And he really said, don't worry about the hate group, right? You've got limited time and effort. You need to find out why the love group loves you. And then you need to use why the love group loves you to sell to the swing group. And that should be your focus. And I use a little bit of different terminology. I call that love group your passion tribe sometimes. And I call the swing group the convincibles. They're the ones that I can focus on, and I often call the hate group the unprofitables. It's not that I hate them, definitely, or and in many cases they don't hate me, but it just takes so much time and effort with that group. They're unprofitable. That shouldn't be my focus. And if I know who my unprofitables are, I should not focus my ad dollars and my marketing time and my communicating, my messaging towards those unprofitables. I should try to attract the love group, and I should, or the passion tribe, and I should try to go after the convincibles with the messaging of the passion tribe. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a couple of stories of people who identified me as part of their love group correctly, and have been able to leverage working with me to improve their business. So a good friend of mine, he's a Harvard MBA. He's a former stealth bomber pilot and Air Force fighter pilot. He's just a brilliant man. And he's passionate about making pizza. He went to Italy and got trained on making pizza. And he decided he wanted to open a pizza restaurant here in our town. The pizza restaurant is called Righteous Slice, some of the best pizza I have ever had. And after he opened this restaurant, he ran it for a year, and I would regularly take my family. I would regularly take my business teams there. I would do business meetings there. I loved that restaurant. And he made phenomenal pizza. And it was just a really fun experience that I loved to share with the people I cared about. And I sent him so much business, and he had a little frequent members program, so he could keep track of which customers sent him the most business. And at the end of the year, I found out that I was one of his top 10 customers. I had spent more money with him than everybody except for 10 people. And so he took that information that he gathered from his rewards program and correctly identified me as part of his love group, and invited that love group to a party. And at that party, and I sadly wasn't able to go to that, but he was able to get feedback and build relationships with his love group. He's done other things with me. For example, he's had me come as a secret shopper and test, new employees that are there, or he's had me give feedback on different pizza recipes, topping combinations that he does, or new things that he wants to add to the menu. He sees me as part of that love group, and he uses my feedback to help shape the direction of the store, which further builds my loyalty to him and his restaurant. Another example is Guestio. Guestio is a platform that helps connect show hosts, people that have podcasts or YouTube shows or blogs, helps connect them with guests for their shows. And when I was launching the show and I was looking for guests, I used Guestio a lot, and I used it so much that he correctly identified me as part of his love group. And he's reached out to me multiple times and asked to do focus group meetings where they could ask questions from me, what's working and not working, what additional features do I want to add. So again, two examples, Righteous Slice and Guestio, of different organizations where I fit in their love group. They used data on their site based on how much I was spending and interacting with their companies, then put me into a love group. And because I loved them so much, was so passionate about their organizations, I was happy to participate with them and give them feedback and help them. And then as they make decisions, they use my point of view as a member of their love group, as one of their ideal customers, to shape the direction and the future of their organization. So that's my lesson for today. Before you try to find your passion statement, find your ideal customers, find your love group, find your passion tribe, and then you can find the passion statements of your passion tribe or your ideal customers or your love group, whatever you want to call it. But first, you've got to find that love group. And that is my message for today. As my challenge, go find that this week, and next week we will teach you the next step in our process of passion marketing. If you enjoyed this episode, I encourage you to follow us on our Facebook group, on Instagram, Twitter, on our YouTube channel, or on your favorite podcast platform. And if you liked it, please share it. Please share it with someone else that you think would enjoy this. Anyways, thanks for joining me today. And I wish you success in finding your ideal customers. Have a great day.